Hey everyone, I'm Amanda, and this is Mommy's Reading Chair. Today I am bringing to you another kids book extravaganza. Last episode was all about Pete the cat, and if you haven't watched that video, just to give you a heads up, I will be bringing in my 3-year-old son to kind of talk about these books with me and tell us why he likes them so much. Again, he's 3, so sometimes that is a little hit or miss, but I'm hopeful that he is cooperative today. In the last video, like I said, I talked about Pete the cat. This one is a book series again, but it's one of my son's all-time favorite. Even before Pete the cat came into the picture, my son was obsessed with these characters, and they are Duck and Goose by Tad Hills. We have several Duck and Goose books. This is the one that started it all. I actually think my mother-in-law, his grandmother, who he calls Grandma, I think she got it for him at like an airport or something. It was just kind of a spur of the moment. I'm going to grab this. It looks cute. And that just started a love for these characters. Duck and Goose. This is the first one where they meet each other, and then it just goes on from there. What I like about these books by Tad Hills is how the world is always the same in every book. So you see a lot of characters in other books that go on these grand adventures, but in this case, Duck and Goose, they're always in the same place. They're always, they're doing things together, but the setting is always the same, and I just really like how the world is consistent. So we have several of these. We have Duck and Goose. We have Duck and Goose Let's Dance. Goose Needs a Hug. Duck, Duck, Goose. Duck and Goose Find a Pumpkin. And perfect for this time of year, Duck and Goose, It's Time for Christmas. And then I also have one Rocket book, and you'll notice that even though it's a different character and it's a different main character, we even have 2 new characters on the cover, the world is the same. So you can kind of see how the covers are similar. I love that about his books. Again, he was the author of these books, and he also illustrated them. So he likes to keep things consistent. In R is for Rocket, and I believe we have one other Rocket book, but I couldn't find it for this video. But in the Rocket books, you will sometimes see Duck and Goose pop up. So I know Goose is in R is for Rocket, which is an alphabet book. And I think Duck is in the other one we have, which I can't remember. Oh, right here. We have Drop It Rocket, but I don't know where it is. So it's a paperback and it's small, so I just couldn't find it. So in terms of why I like these books as a parent is their predictability. So there's 2 that we have that are longer storybooks, and these longer storybooks are definitely made for an adult to read out loud to a small child. Keep in mind my child is 3, so I do most of the reading, of course, but he is learning how to read, and he does know many, many sight words. These ones, if you look on the inside, are very wordy. The text is really small. So you can see that this is definitely a storybook that is to be read aloud. I can't even tell you how many times I've read this book to him. He loves this one. But then they also have, and I'm going to use this one because I guarantee this is the one he's going to pick for us to read together because it's his favorite one, Duck and Goose Find a Pumpkin. But these ones are a little easier. So for example, there's only 6 words on these 2 pages. And these all 3 are sight words. So I like the predictability on these because it is very repetitive. Nice pumpkin thistle. Yes, it is. Let's go find one. And then it asks, is our pumpkin in the log, Goose? No. Is our pumpkin in the leaf pile, Duck? No. So my son got to a point where he could read the word pumpkin because he knew it was next. He was anticipating that word, even though He's never tried to sound out that word. He doesn't really sound out words at this point, but because he knows that we're reading about a pumpkin, and he knows that Duck and Goose are looking for a pumpkin, and because the page before said, "is our pumpkin," and the page after says, "is our pumpkin," he anticipates that. So he was able to read, "is our pumpkin," up in the, and then I was able to help him with apple tree. So I will demonstrate what I'm talking about when I bring him in, because this is one that we read frequently because most of it is sight words. So a lot of the words in here he already knows and he can read. And that's just a good feeling. It's a good feeling of success for him, because even though I'm doing some of the reading, he's doing so much of it. So my battery died for my camera in the middle of that recording, but luckily I had an extra one and it was already charged. So anyways, as I was saying, it's such a good way for a child to feel success when they're first starting to read, is to learn those sight words first, because they're everywhere. It, is, the, and all of those words you're going to see tons and tons of times. And if they don't have to stop and sound them out, there's a level of success in reading, because so many of the words in these basic stories are sight words. So I'm going to bring my son in and we're going to talk about Duck and Goose and why he likes them. And he'll probably ask me to read with him. And I have a feeling he's going to choose the Duck and Goose Find a Pumpkin. That's his favorite one ever. And if you are looking for Christmas gifts for the little ones in your life, I definitely recommend the Duck and Goose characters or the Rocket books by Tad Hills. We have 7 of them, but if you go on, I actually just went on Goodreads and there's dozens. My son likes to look at the back of the books, and it's got like pictures of other ones that are in the series, and there's several that we don't have. And like I said, there are some that are definitely meant for the parent to read, like the original Duck and Goose and Duck, Duck, Goose. So if you're looking for ones that are on the easier side for kids to read, I recommend Duck and Goose Find a Pumpkin. And also It's Time for Christmas, Duck and Goose. So this one's great, especially this time of year. If you're looking for a Christmas gift or a new book for Christmas, this is one that I recommend because it is predictable. It has glitter on it, so my son likes the sparkles. And it is a lot more basic with larger print and a lot more sight words. It is, again, very predictable, just like the pumpkin one. It is not time for, my son can read, it is not. And then he started to predict that time was next. 4, he can read, and then I helped him with the last word. He's not at the point yet where he's using pictures to help him as clues for words. We also live in Florida, so he's never experienced snow. So this one was a little bit harder for him to predict what was going on, but he adores it and we read it very, very frequently. So these are definitely on my toddler and child, little ones, bookshelf recommendations for sure. All right, I'm gonna go get him.
Duck and Goose.
These are Duck and Goose? Mm-hmm. Let's count how many Duck and Goose books we have.
1, 2.
Oh. 2 characters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then this one's kind of Duck and Goose, right?
7.
Yeah, we'll count it as 7. Will you read this one with me?
No, that's not Goose. Duck and Goose.
No, this is Rocket.
Well, that's why duck.
Similar. It's a little bird.
No, that's why that's Goose.
Oh, it's like Goose? Similar. Let's read. You ready? Duck and Goose find a
pumpkin.
You don't like it. Are you nervous? He's nervous.
I don't like.
Yes.
I don't like it.
What's that word?
Yes. Yes. That's it. It. That's it.
This is it. What's this one?
That is.
Good. Yes, it is. Why are y'all jerky? I want...
Pumpkin. Pumpkin.
What's that?
A.
Pumpkin too. Let's
Go.
find one.
Is you. Owl.
Pumpkin.
In. The.
Log. Goose.
No. Is. Owl.
Pumpkin.
In. The.
Leaf pile. Duck.
Noah. Is. Owl.
Pumpkin.
Up. In. The.
Apple tree. Goose.
No. Is. Owl.
Pumpkin. Under.
The.
Water. Duck.
No.
That's silly. We sure know how to find a pumpkin, Duck. Yes, we do. Oh my goodness.
Truck.
Okay, Isaac, out of all of these Duck and
Truck.
Goose books, which one's your favorite? Favorite Duck and Goose
This
book?
one.
The one we just read?
This one.
We haven't read that one in a long time.
This
That's
one.
the dancing one.
You like this one?
So what happens in this book? What do they find?
The ball.
The ball. What do they think it is?
It's some basketball.
It's kind of like a basketball.
We did.
Read it. What do you say?
Please.
Please. Okay. Duck and Goose. This is the original one in the series. Like, it introduces the characters. Duck and Goose. Flew away. Does this book have a ball in it too?
No.
It does. You ready to see it?
Mhm.
I think it's the same ball. There it is. It's the same exact ball. I wonder if the ball is in this one. Can we look for it? I don't know if it is. This is the one where Goose needs a hug.
I know the ball is on that one.
Yeah, I'm just seeing. I haven't actually paid attention to that. Nope, no ball. No ball. You want to see? I think Duck and Goose are in this book too. This is Rocket. But Duck and Goose, there's the bird. Here's Rocket.
Those balls.
Hey, the ball! Wow. I think the bluebird is in this one, and I think Thistle might be in it too. Thistle's the gray bird, or the gray duckling. Hey, who's that?
Duck.
No, that's Goose. Goose is the white one. Goose.
Not on this one.
The ball's not in that one? No, it's not.
A
You're right.
ball's not on this one.
You want to look for the ball in this one?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's not in the pumpkin one, is it? Hey, it's Thistle.
This one.
Nope, no ball.
Oh, that's blue.
Look, there's a bunch of other Duck and Goose books that we don't have. We don't have that one. Or that one, or that one, or that one. Or that one, or that one.
Oh, that one.
Do we have this one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a Christmas one. Is it Christmas soon?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is. It's almost time for Christmas. He didn't do too bad, huh? I am so proud of him. He absolutely loves books and he loves to read. I'm going to stick in a picture here real quick of him and his sight word wall. One recommendation I have for you if you are working on reading with your little one is grab some smelly markers because he loves to smell them, and just a cheap pack of index cards or cut up some paper and tape them to the wall. This is right in front of his bedroom. So every time he walks into his bedroom, he passes his word wall and he knows every single one. He actually, my plan was to take them down when we were ready for new words, but he won't let me. So now we've actually spread more words on the other wall in the hallway. But it's such a great way for them to have practice and to see words frequently, not just in books, but everywhere. And he certainly is learning how to see them in print and inside a book. So that is definitely a recommendation I have if you are working on reading with your little one or just starting. We started doing this when he was 2, almost 3. And it's been very successful and he absolutely loves it. So if you have any other tips that you'd like to share or things that have worked for your child when they're starting to read, leave them in the comments below. I'd love to read them. I am, of course, my son only being 3, I am looking for other ways to help him continue to learn reading and to love reading. I am an elementary school teacher, so I have a little bit of a background there, especially from when I taught kindergarten, but every child is different. So I'm excited to be on this journey with him, and I can't wait to share another video with you in the future. He has a lot of books coming for Christmas, so we'll have plenty of video content your way in these kids' books. Make sure you hit subscribe and ring that bell so you can get notifications, and I'll see you next time.